A lot of people are actually blaming the pasta and lobster movement for Onyeka's calamities because they're saying that if it was a black man, that thing would have never happened. Now, before we get into if it was a black man, I just want to remind you that there is a Kenyan man that swindled a Latino woman of her 10 million Kenyan shillings, or I don't know the numbers, but the figures were around that. That Kenyan man did that. And that is not the only person. Kenyan men, I've seen Kenyan men swindle black women. And the worst part is usually they take loans in their names, or they tell them to take loans, they swindle them, and then they leave them. And it's usually those miserable girls in the villages. So now, before you talk about how this was a pasta and lobster movement that brought this up, I understand that Onyeka is a special case, right? Because I think she doesn't like being black with all the stories that we've had. But these things happen. Doesn't matter which race you come from. Doesn't matter your gender. I've seen people get scammed by their fellow women and fellow men. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You're gonna be swindled anyway. And I know the red flags were there, and everybody is saying that they would have seen the red flags. But baby, these are stories that happen. It's just that Onyeka was brave enough to share. And I'm not trying to defend her. She would have done better for herself, especially since she's educated. But well, what can we say?